Hello. This May lesson will be a bit different from my earlier ones. Instead of talking about what we are learning in writing creative nonfiction, I will instead talk about how we will demonstrate what we are learning in the class by creating an electronic final portfolio for English 247. Now, you can find the detailed list of the elements to include in your electronic portfolio or ePortfolio here at the top of the module Final Portfolio in the assignment titled Final Portfolio for English 247. So instead, what I want to show you in this video are the basics of setting up an ePortfolio on Canvas. First, from the blue bar over here on the left-hand side of our Cerritos College instance of Canvas, I'm going to select Account. From this menu, I'm going to select ePortfolios. Here, I see an explanation of what an ePortfolio is. Essentially, it's a place where you can display and discuss the significant submissions and experiences that are happening during your learning process. And I also see a button labeled Create an ePortfolio. After I click on Create an ePortfolio, the first task I'm prompted to complete is to name it. For this assignment, I suggest a simple name such as Final Portfolio 247. After naming it, I'm going to click on the button labeled Make ePortfolio. For now, you'll notice I am not going to check the box labeled Make it Public. Now, when I land on the next page, you notice that because I did not check Make It Public on the previous page, I see a notification that your ePortfolio is private. Below that, I'll find the link that I will later want to copy and paste to give others access to my private ePortfolio. This is the link that you will want to eventually submit to me for the assignment titled Final Portfolio for English 247, so that I will be able to access your private ePortfolio. If you've not yet created an ePortfolio on Canvas before, I recommend clicking on the Getting Started wizard, which will guide you through the creation of portfolio sections and section pages. What I recommend is that you create 6 sections for your final portfolio for English 247, one for each type of element that you will include in it. So that's one section for reflections, one section for writing exercises, one for reading responses, one for critiques, one for notebook entries, and one for revised essays. Think of these as the folders in which you'll place your reflections, your writing exercises, your reading responses, your critiques, your notebook entries, and your revised essays. With that in mind, in each section, I recommend that you create a page for each element. For example, if I create a section called Reflections, within that, I could create a page called First Reflection and a page called Second Reflection. Then, when I went to edit the page called, for example, First Reflection, I could simply copy and paste the text of my first reflection. We'll be writing a first draft of that in the form of a discussion post next week. So these are the basics of setting up an ePortfolio on Canvas. As additional resources, it's a dramatically long pause, sorry. As additional resources, I've included the links to the illustrated Canvas student guide entry, how do I create a new ePortfolio as a student, as well as the Canvas video tutorial ePortfolios students in the materials for the final portfolio module. Both those resources created by Canvas provide even more information on how to create an ePortfolio. I look forward to reading your final portfolio for English 247 during finals week.